Hello? Welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. I'm your host, Kletus Ray. Oh man, it's been a while. It's been a long time. 3 weeks since I've been in a truck by myself, which is pretty fucking crazy to me. Over 3 weeks, I think. Uh, this is Friday. We're cutting it. Instead of me and this other dude running out here and doing two loads, he's like, let's just run your truck also. So me and him are gonna. Well, he's offloading right now back at the shop, and I'm gonna head over there right now so I can start loading, and then we won't be running into each other, and we can get two loads done, which would be sweet. There's a guy. He doesn't wave at me. There's one guy that works with us that he is not associated with like any of us. He just does his own thing. Um, Anyways, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a fucking while, and I'm sure there's some things that I'd want to talk about this episode, but I don't remember everything that happened in the last 3 weeks. But I'm sure it'll come out here in the next week or so. Uh, Man, just getting back into it feels good too. Anyways, yeah. So the big news, because it's pretty well gonna happen. So I guess I'm pretty comfortable talking about it. Um, I am buying a Jeep Cherokee. I've been looking for a while. I've been saving a bunch of them on Marketplace. I've been looking at them, trying to figure out which one I want to get. And I landed on this one. It's got mismatched passenger doors and front fender, but it's rust free. Um, and it's got a little lift on it already, which the lift on these trucks or on the Jeeps is just a spacer in the front, and then I don't know in the rear if they add a leaf, new leaves, or spring hangers or whatever I don't know. But it's got a little bit of a lift on it. It's got I think it's got stock size tires, but it's got spacers so they stick out. And the interior, it's an '89 Jeep Cherokee, 4.0 automatic. That's the other weird thing that I'm doing, because normally I'd always go for a manual. My wife really, she's like, I don't really care what you get, but I want the option to drive it if needed. I said, okay, I'll get an automatic. And surprisingly enough, I was looking up like the '89 Jeep characteristics and whatnot. And they said in '89, well, this is just AI on Google, so I don't know, but it said in '89 the 5-speed manual was weak and the automatic was robust. So cool. Is that the original engine and transmission? I don't know. But the interior is really clean, so it's gray on the outside, and on the inside it's all tan, brown, tan, whatever. And it's got the cool old school steering wheel. I was looking at a couple of the newer Jeeps, and they got the buttons on the steering wheel and whatnot. But a lot of the newer ones, they either want a lot of money for them or they're rusted. So I'm like, this one looks pretty good. It's a couple hours away, so tomorrow morning, me, my wife, and old Luke are gonna hop in, probably my wife's car, and run up there and grab this Jeep. It's listed for 5,000. I might try to talk him down a little bit, but I'm not sure. But I'm pretty excited because he's already marked it down. He had it listed for 6. He marked it down to 5, and then I talked to him. So maybe I'll try to talk him down. I'm not sure. But there's another little factor in this little purchase here. There at the very bottom of the description, it says parts cheap included for free. So I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a piece of junk back there or whatever. It's another 89, and he says it's complete. It runs. It'll drive, but it is missing the fuel rail. So, because I don't know if he took the fuel rail off of that one and put it on this one, I don't know. But anyways, if I throw a fuel rail on that, he says it'll run. I trust the guy. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know how to exactly test all that out, but pretty fucking excited. So I'm getting 2 Jeeps for the price of one tomorrow morning. My plan is to me, my wife, and Luke head up there. I want to test drive the Jeep. I want to run it through the gears. I want to get it warmed up. I want to make sure it runs as good as the guy says it runs. I want to see what creaks, what bangs, if it gets death wobble. I want to know a lot about it. Then, if the deal goes through, and that's where I'm kind of, I don't want to talk about it quite yet, but I'm so excited about it. I just want to keep talking about it, So, anyways, if it runs and drives and the deal goes through, there's a U-Haul, a couple of U-Hauls up near there, so I'm going to the fuck is beeping at me? I'm going to run over to the U-Haul and grab a dolly and tell them I got a Miata I got to pick up, and then grab the dolly, go over there, hook up the Jeep, and run it down home. And then I'm going to have 2 trucks and 2 Jeeps at my house, plus my wife's car and the motorcycle. I'm going to have a lot of shit in the house. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly yet. I think I might open up the gate in the backyard and shove one of the Jeeps in the backyard. Or the junky one. And then the other one, start daily driving it from here on out. Hopefully it, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly quite yet, because there are a couple other Jeeps that I saved that I'm interested in. You better go. The hell? Go that way. The hell? I can't fucking. I don't know. This thing's beeping at me all kinds of crazy. I don't know. I got a camera in the truck, which is fine. I don't mind it. All the trucks I've been driving got cameras in them. Everything's fine. It's beeping at me though. It wants me to stay a little bit further away from this car in front of me. I've got some sort of a sensor thing on the front of the truck. That's unfortunate. I don't like that. I'm not too close to anybody, I feel like, But we use the Smith system here, and they want you to stay 4 seconds or whatever behind the vehicle in front of you at all times. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm wondering if it says I'm 61 feet away from that truck. I think that's feet. I don't know. And that's good, it says. Anyways, the parts Jeep is considered a parts Jeep because it has no title. Getting a title for that Jeep, there are a couple of different ways about it. Obviously, filing for lost title. There's a couple other ways you can go about it that are a little bit more, I wouldn't say nefarious, but pretty nefarious. Buy another junker Jeep, cut out the VIN tag, weld it in, and boom, call it good. But I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I don't know if I could just leave it untitled and have fun with it. Buy a fuel rail, throw it on there. Hopefully it runs, drives, shifts, 4-wheel drive works. The frame's not rusted out completely. I don't. That's the other thing. He showed me a picture of it, but he didn't really tell me much about the parts. It could be completely rusted out, and if it is, that's unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world. As long as it still has some structure to it, you can still off-road the motherfucker. Because I've been watching DexJ, DEXJ, YouTube channel, and he's been building the giveaway Jeep on his channel. And he's like, I'm going to build a giveaway Jeep, and it's going to be roughly a $5,000 Jeep. And I'm going to show you all the tips and tricks and everything that he's got. And I really trust that guy. I mean, look at his videos. I mean, he's taking them out and beating the shit out of them and everything. And he's like, they always drive back on the trailer. It's like, it's a testament for these things. So maybe I will just try to follow along with what he's got going on there. I got a little welder, which is needed, and I might need to get a couple more tools and whatnot, but eventually start building that out to be a trail rig. There's a couple of places that are a lot closer than some other places that are cheap trails and whatnot that I could go to. I've thought about taking the dirt bike over there. I thought about taking the square body over there. Thought about all kinds of stuff, but now I'm thinking about taking a Jeep over there because if I have my on-road Jeep, the one that's rust-free, dent-free, runs and drives good, I think I'm just going to make it look kind of cool. And if I have a spare Jeep sitting there that is unlicensed, uninsured, all that stuff, I just beat the fuck out of that thing, dude. That'd be ideal. But I don't know. It kind of that was kind of sprung upon me. I'm not sure. I was kind of thinking I would, if he wants to take a couple hundred off the price or whatever, I'll just leave him with that spare Jeep. But if it runs and drives, it would be ideal to have another engine, transmission, transfer case, axles, body panels, all kinds of stuff available whenever I need it. So I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. But the 92, I am dead set on selling that thing. I know it sucks. I do like that truck. It runs really bad. It needs some more money poured into it to make it run and drive good. Just to get, I don't know. If I wanted to do my own exhaust, it would only be probably a couple $100. But if I take it to a place, the place they quoted me, I was like, I just want stock. It'll be manifolds back, and they were like, $1,500, $1,600, something like that. And I'm like, oh god, I don't want to spend $1,500 on a fucking V6 exhaust system, stock exhaust system. So, anyways, I'm dead set on selling that truck to a person I work with. He is mechanically inclined, and he needs a reliable vehicle. And I keep telling him, I'm like, this thing's gonna blow up. Like, I'm surprised it runs. And he's like, oh, I still want it. I'm like, it's got a lot of issues, man. He's like, I still want it. I'm like, if you buy it and it blows up, that's on you. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I just want to make it clear. And I've got a lot of witnesses all around the shop. Everybody knows that I think this truck needs a lot of work. And if catastrophic failure happens, you bought it and you agreed to buying it, even if it blows up. So we're good there. And then, you never know. I might end up buying it back, but probably not. Oh, we're about to get beeping. I'm not that close. So it configures what my distance should be according to my speed, and I can work with that. But when people cut me off like that doesn't work. anyways, yeah, super exciting. It wasn't even an operation. I mean, it was an operation in my own mind, but I never did a podcast about it, making it. And it would have been probably like the next couple episodes. I would have been like, "It's Operation Get a New Car" or whatever, because I was looking at all different kinds of shit. I was looking at Toyotas, Hondas, and I was seriously, which would have been probably a bad idea. I was seriously looking at Fords, and I was like, "What has happened to me, dude? This truck fucking reeks. I'm gonna need to get some air fresheners." I was look at first. I was looking at Ford Focuses. Um, I was looking at a lot of Ford Focuses. It was my wife's idea. She's like, "How about a Ford Focus?" And I was like, "Those do get pretty good gas mileage, and they're a little sporty." I was like, "Let me look at a couple of them." And I wanted the hatchback. I don't the sedan ones with the trunk didn't look good, but the ones with the hatchback they look a little sporty. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was going through looking at the different engines and trim levels and everything. And I was like, okay, I could get a decent one of these for like 7 grand, uh, with low miles and whatever. But then I started looking into, the different engines, and these engines are good, these ones are bad, these transmissions suck, these ones are okay, and a bunch of shit like that. And I was like, oh fuck, all right, let me go through. And then I was talking with these guys that I've been working with. I've been riding around with them and driving them around while my training. And the one dude, he's like, yeah, them Ford Focuses are all right, but they're real small. He's like, I would want something bigger. I was like, you know what? Let me think on that. I did, and I was like, you know what? I want a Ford Fusion. So I started looking at the Ford Fusions, and I found a bunch of them. They were really cheap, uh, and fully loaded, some of them. But then I found out that you don't. There's a lot more engines and transmissions and stuff to go with the Ford Fusions that you don't want. And basically, you either want the 2.5 liter non-turbo to be a reliable engine, or you want the 2.0 Eco Boost or whatever, Eco whatever, I don't know, or the not the Eco hybrid battery and gas powered one. And so I was like, all right, let me look those up, and I looked those up. My price went from starting at 5,000 and under to 6,000 to 7,000 to 8,000 to some of them $9,000. I was like, what's another $1,000 to get the ultimate package with low miles and leather seats and the whole dash display shit and whatnot? And then I started, my wife was like, how is the vehicle search going? I was like, well, I got a few options here. And started showing her, and she's like, $9,000. She's like, I don't think you should buy something for. I was like, if you want me to get something fucking nice that you're gonna want to drive, it's gonna be that much. I was like, if you are not okay with that, which is my money, so it was me anyways. It was me talking to myself, really. But I was like, if you want me to spend less than $5,000, I'll spend less than $5,000, but it ain't gonna be no fucking Ford Fusion or Focus. I'll tell you that right now. I ain't gonna buy a shitty Ford Focus for 5 grand and then it break down on me. I was like, I'd rather buy something that I want that's more my style. And she's like, what would that be? And so I started looking up. I kept Fords in the range, Ford Rangers, Bronco 2s, S10s, S10 Blazers, Colorados, a couple of like Acura, like SUVs, a lot of Toyota SUVs. I don't know, the Acura MDX. I don't even know why I brought that one up. I would not want that. But I was like, it's going to be an SUV or a truck, and it's going to be 4-wheel drive. That's what I'm looking at. And she's like, okay, you just do whatever you want. I'm like, Well, I kind of planned on it, but yeah. So then I was looking. I even looked at some um, Hummer H3s because I think some of those they have the 5 cylinders in them, and the 5 cylinders, according to my research, I've never even thought about having a 5 cylinder. I always overlooked them, but apparently they are pretty stout little engines, um, and they come in the Colorado. But the only Colorados I was finding were either beat the shit in 4-wheel drive or really nice in 2-wheel drive. And I was like, I cannot buy a 2-wheel drive truck. It's just not me. It's not going to work. So, and then Jeeps, Jeep Cherokees, Jeep Wranglers, older ones, obviously JKs or whatever they are. I don't fucking know. You know me and Jeeps. I don't fucking know what the fucking shit is. The only reason I know what an XJ is because it DexJ, DEXJ. I'm like, all right, I know what kind of Jeeps he talks about all the time, and that's the one that I want. So that's the only way I can remember what an XJ fuck is. So, and I don't know if you guys remember from a long time ago, I talked about my dad owned one. I don't know where he got it or why, but he said it. I thought he said it used to be an old mail carrier Jeep, but it was left-hand drive. It wasn't the right-hand drive, which would be the mail carrier version. Which I saw a couple on Marketplace that were right-hand drive, and I was like, I can't do that. I mean that is interesting, but I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna fucking do that. That is not what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna buy a right-hand drive Jeep. That'd be too weird. Shifting with your left hand. Is the gas still on the right or the left or what? I don't know. I don't know how shit is in those, and I don't want to find out. Anyways, um, yeah, I just started looking at a couple. So there's I think it's a '99 Jeep Cherokee XJ, but it's 4 or 5 hours away. But it's clean, dude. It's like perfect. Um, Leather interior, and it's from a dealership. So I thought about buying that one. I messaged that person. There's a couple, 2 of them are super local to me. I cannot tell if that's my truck making that noise or if that's a car near me making that noise. Sounds deep, like a deep. Would an Infinity make that sound? His exhaust looks like it's hanging off, so I'm gonna just go ahead and say it's him. This truck is limited to fucking. Oh no, it's my truck making that sound. I just let off the throttle. I thought I was stuck in 9th gear for some reason. I was like, oh shit, did I leave her in 9th? These are all 10 speeds. All our trucks are. I can only go 70. This really is annoying, but whatever. I can just keep her pinned at all times. Never have to worry about speed. Anyways, that one's a '99. I found a couple other mid '90s that were more local to me. There's one that's lifted and it's got some really nice mods done to it. It's got wheels and tires and roof racks and other shit to it. There's another one that is pretty stock. I think it's got a very small lift on it. It's just a little bit higher than stock. And but the guy's got a bunch of lights wired up to it. And that's what scared. I mean, it drew me in. He's got a bumpers for it, and then all these lights all over the place. He's got lights on the A pillar. He's got lights on the fucking roof rack, on the front bumper, all over the fucking place. And he's got whips on the back. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, it looks cool, man. I was like, yeah, but I feel like that's a wire nest. I feel like that's a fire hazard. I feel like that might not be the one to get. It looks like you fucked with it a lot. Other than that, it looks really nice. Oh, and he put a newer style Jeep Wrangler steering wheel in it. And I was like, do the buttons work? And he's like, no, it doesn't go to this Jeep. He's like, that's from a newer Jeep Wrangler. I'm like, I understand that, but you took the steering wheel off that had buttons, and then you put another steering wheel on there with buttons, but the buttons don't. Now you can't use cruise control. Is that what you're telling me? So that one seems like it could be a problem. So, but I saved it and I thought about it. I messaged the guy and everything. So, but I don't think the one that's modded is got some rust. It's got some rust for sure. It's got big ass fender flares on it, and I'm like, I know that's just hiding rust. And then the one that I got that I'm planning on picking up in it's up near Cameron, Missouri. So it's a couple hours away. That one, yeah, he's got really good pictures of it. He does have some LED lights to it, but other than that, it looks very unmolested. It looks very stock, and that's what I want. Other than it's got like a rough country lift kit, some aftermarket wheels, and some LED headlights. And he said that he redid the gauge cluster, and it's got LEDs in it too. So I don't know, but luckily I got my old buddy Hunter. He can take a look at it and tell me if it's done right. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at. And I don't want to jump to conclusions, but if it was possible, I mean, I even hate saying this because I'm going back on some of my word here. I'm definitely going back on my word about the 92. I said the 92 is mine forever now. I sold it, or I bought it, I sold it, I bought it back. It's mine forever now, and now the plan is to sell it. If it ran a lot better, the story would be completely different. But also, it just gets, well, the Jeep Cherokee isn't going to get good gas mileage either. But that truck gets very bad gas mileage, especially right now with the way it runs. Like, it used almost a fucking half tank of gas, which is like $30 to drive back and forth to work. One time. There's something going wrong, like terribly wrong with it, and I don't want to figure it out. I feel like just wiping my hands clean of the damn thing. It's pissed me off so much. I put so much fucking gas money into that damn thing. I put other money into it. I've got all these parts and stuff. I took good care of it. It's been a reliable truck because it hasn't broke down, but I don't think it's reliable, but it is. Even right now, it took me to work back and forth yesterday, but it cost. I feel like, well, with gas prices right now, also, I feel like it took almost $30 fucking worth of gas to drive back and forth to work, and I can't do that. I can't do that, and that's what brings me to where I don't want to even say it, but I'm going to. I might sell the square body. Now that would be. There's a guy at work that he might want it. I don't know. But I'm going to get $2,000 for it, no matter what. I'm going to sell it for $2,000. So either he's going to buy it for $2,000. I'm not budging on price. That's basically my dream truck. Honestly, though, there's a lifted one that's a daily driver with a built engine right now on Marketplace for $3,500, and it's lifted on nice tires, and it's a daily driver, or it runs really good, and it's all put together. Mine, $2,000, but $2,000. It ain't got floors in it. It ain't got wires in it, but if you hook it up, it'll fire up and drive down the road. So, anyways, if I can sell that for what I paid for it, actually a little bit more, maybe, I don't know. Even though I've put time into the truck, but I have made zero progress on the truck. Honestly, it's it's moved back now. But anyways, if I could sell that truck for $2,000, it is gonna hurt, but that might open the door. That'll the money I get from the 92, the money that I get from the square body, the money that I potentially might get if I decide to sell that spare Jeep. Maybe I put a fuel rail on it and sell it with no title. I don't know how much I would sell it for, but it's basically a free Jeep. So just because the Jeep that I'm buying, I think is worth $5,000. I'll know more tomorrow when I go see it. But if that's 3,500 bucks or more right there. Because the 92, I'm going to sell it for 1,500. It really, I don't know. So, anyways, that's 3,500 bucks right there. And yeah, the prices of square bodies are probably going to go up and down and whatnot, but they might be going up because they're getting more rare, but they also are going to keep going down if gas prices are going fucking insane. So the potential for me to get another square body is there. I'm not stuck. I'm not, things are going to be okay. We recently worked with our finances and stuff, and things are looking really good. We're pretty much debt free right now. So, other than the house and my wife's car, and one loan, but everything else, all the credit cards, all the bills, everything is up to date or more. So there's going to be a lot of money savings there. Anyways, I can get another square body when the time is right, and the time is not right now. The time, honestly, where I'd like to be right now would be 2 vehicles and the dirt bike. And I've been feeling a little fucking wild, little wiry lately. I've been thinking maybe I could sell that dirt bike that I got, even though I love it, and get another dirt bike or motorcycle of some sort that's more road oriented. I do like going off road, so whatever I would get would still be like an adventure style bike, but maybe more road oriented, because I really just drive back and forth to work on the thing, and it's it does fine. But if I could get something that was a little bit more comfortable on the road, I'd think about it. Well, every time I try to pass this fucking car, it speeds up. Okay, so I have to follow it really fucking close. It says I'm way closer than 68 feet. And I look, I put on my blinker, I get in the left lane, and they speed up. They're like, oh no, don't pass me. Don't pass me. Well, fuck, I can't follow behind you without my shit beeping at me. God damn it, dude. That motherfucker's pissing me off. I am going the right way, right? Yup. I got 110 miles to get to where I'm going. Yeah, a lot of my life is with this new job and everything is just taking a different. Everything is changing. Everything is getting to be a little bit different. So I don't know. I'm not at the point of needing to sell the square body or actually selling the dirt bike and getting something different. I'm not there yet. I'm just exploring my options. Now that car is way the fuck up there. Watch. Now I'm behind the car again, and they are slowing down. I can tell because my little meter is going down. God damn it, dude. I was talking with some of the guys about it. None of their trucks, my truck is the only truck that has this distance metering device on it. And I'm wondering if I just cover it up. Stuck behind this fucking car, dude. And all the other trucks that I've driven are limited to 75. This one's limited to 70. Apparently, they're all supposed to be limited to 70. Why does my PTO button always blink? Here we go, beeping again. This motherfucker. Yeah, get the hell out of the road, you fucker! Jeez. I have a feeling that's going to be a lot of the content is me screaming at my distance calculator thing. Anyways, I'm in a international. I almost said Freightliner. I'm in an international. I don't even know what the fuck. I don't even know what year it is. I know not a lot about it. They're all our trucks are the same. But it's I've never ran one of these trucks before. I do like the dash layout. I've got analog gauges, and then I got a digital screen in the center. I've got a cubby hole. I've got a long tray. I've got another cubby hole, and then I've got two cubby holes, and then I have two cup holders and like a little area that I think is meant to like mount your phone. It's a little circular area, and you can like fill it with coins or get some sort of a phone mount and mount it down there. But it had a big ass GPS system in this thing, and I was like, I fucking hate that. And my boss was like, what do you mean? That's a good GPS. I was like, I just use my phone. He's like, no, just use this GPS. I was like, that thing, I don't like it at all. You know, I was like, it's a ching chong GPS thing that just sits here and wobbles the whole time. I was like, I'd rather not have that. He's like, whatever, do whatever you want. I'm like, okay. I'd rather just use my phone for my GPS. I know how to work Google Maps very well, and it's never really let me down. So I'd rather just use GPS. So, anyways, there's another trucker that I was riding with, actually in my truck, and he was like, "Man, what is that thing?" I was like, "It's a GPS. I fucking hate it." He's like, "I'll take it." I was like, "Yeah, take it. Get it the fuck out of my truck." Now, unfortunately, whenever he was taking it out, he was like, "Oh, let me grab a flathead," and he scratched the fuck out of the dash. I mean, he didn't scratch the fuck out of it, but there is a scratch there. There was going to be just 4 holes from where the idiot that drove this truck before me just screwed into the dash. Like, I don't think he was supposed to do that, but he just drilled some like screws into the dash. Anyways, I got it all cleaned up, and hopefully that'll I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do quite yet. I got a new phone mount for the truck. This is my new headset. Company bought me a new headset. They bought me a phone case because they gave me a work phone. I don't want a work phone, but they said you have to have it. So whatever. I've already missed a lot of phone calls on the thing and text messages and shit. And I'm like, hey, can you just everybody just contact me? If you need to get a hold of me, use my regular phone. I was like, but I'll use the other phone for my logs and other work related things. And I'm going to end up just leaving that in the truck. It's just going to stay in the truck at all times. So just plugged in, charged up in the truck at all times. I don't fucking need it. I don't need it for nothing outside of work. But anyways, I got a phone case for it because it was just a brand new phone, and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm going to drop this and it's going to break. Like, you need to get me a phone case. So he's like, pick one out. And I picked one out and got it. Boom, shakalaka. Nice. Anyways, headset, phone mount, phone case, brand new boots. I'm wearing them right now. They are a little bit snug. They need to break in a little bit more. I'm guessing by the end of next week they'll be a lot more comfortable because right now they're stiff. But what is this going on? Oh, my neighbor wanted to tell me sorry for making a lot of noise. Nobody gives a shit. My dogs are barking. That's all about it. Anyways, yeah, and I got a uniforms, but dude, like, I feel like I'm fat as fuck now. But they keep telling me they're like, all of these things run really small. It's like if you normally wear a 2X, you need to get like a 3 or 4X, and if you wear a 3X, you need to get a 4 or 5X. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna wear a 5X. It's like, just give me the regular 3X, it'll be fine, dude. That is not a 3X. I'm telling you right now, that is not a motherfucking 3X. That is like an XL. So, anyways, now I gotta go through and be a fat fuck. And well, one of the other guys, he's probably about the same size as me, and he's like, yeah, I wear 5X stuff, but he's super tall. I'm not tall, but we're about the same build, I guess. And I'm like, I don't want to wear 5X. The fuck. So, anyways, I gotta swap out some of my fucking work uniforms. Make me feel bad. Whatever. What else? Now that I'm going to be by myself, I'm going to be able to start at later times. But like today, he's like, it's Friday. I really want to get in as early as possible and get out as early as possible. So he's like, I would like it if we could be here at 1. Like 1 a.m. Like, yeah, 1 a.m. I'd like you to be at the shop, like ready to go at 1 a.m. I was like, fuck, dude. Fuck, dude. 1 a.m. But that's what it's been for the last 3 weeks. They want me to come in at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. There was one time they wanted me in at 4 a.m. That was cool. But it's mainly been 1:30 or 2. And that is honestly not too shabby, other than I can't go to sleep that early. I can't go to sleep with the sun up. And he's like, oh yeah, I like to get done early so I can do stuff at home during the day. I'm like, dude, you get the hours we've been working, we get like, I get home and I finally relax a little bit, and then it's time to go to bed. You know, like this is ridiculous. I mean, it's a low stress job. It's just they want to start early as fuck. Every one of them. They like to start before 4 a.m. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I can get used to it. Um, oh, and then it is kind of funny because they were telling me the whole time. They're like, yeah, man, no weekends. You know, you get a lot of overtime. No weekends, no on calls, none of that shit. And then this weekend is Memorial Weekend, and he sent out a text yesterday saying, "Hey, who wants to work this weekend?" I'm like, "Don't fucking ask me that, dude. You're the one that told me I wouldn't have to work on the weekends anymore." I'm like, I'm it's Memorial Weekend. He's like, "I need somebody. I need people on Saturday, and I need people on Sunday." And luckily, the other guys they picked it up. They love their workaholics. They love it. And I felt kind of bad because I'm like, maybe I should, show some initiative and take it. But I'm like, I gotta pick up a Jeep tomorrow. The guy that I'm selling my truck to him, and I've been very talkative about what my plans are for Saturday to everybody. I'm like, look what I'm going to get on Saturday. And then he's like, you want to work? I'm like, what? No, I don't want to work. I've got to go get a new fucking car. I got to go get 2 cars. So anyway, I don't think he was even really asking me, but it just the fact that did pop up. I'm like, that's not good. I don't know. How often does that happen? Because the way it's kind of brought up to me was, yeah, you work on if you have to work on the weekend, it'll be like a quick, little 4 hour deal or something. And what they're doing on this weekend, I don't know. We just gotten a lot of rain. Well, not really Kansas City exactly. I mean, Kansas City has been getting a lot of rain, but the places that we go to that are kind of far out, they're getting a lot of rain, and they need uh, they can't just let their wastewater go into the sewer. So we got to go haul it out, and they've been getting so much rain. It's our job to do. I got cruise control. Yeah, I do. All right. Hell yeah. One good thing about coming in at like really early in the morning, I rode the bike today. Uh, there's nobody out on the road. Well, actually, today I came in too early. It seems like because I mean, it was like 12:30 when I was riding my bike in. So it's like midnight. There's still Thursday night at midnight. There's still people out and about. So there was still a little bit of people out, and I was not too happy about that. But most of the time, I'm riding in, and there's only a couple of cars out on the highway, and I can rip that fucking dirt bike. I ain't gotta worry about nothing except for random shit laying in the road. Don't want to hit, if somebody hit a fucking raccoon or something, and it's just laying in the middle of the highway. Before enough other vehicles come through and flatten that motherfucker out, or I don't know what happens to all the raccoons that get hit in the road. I think they all get flattened out and turned into grease. But anyways, I do not want to hit a dead raccoon on my dirt bike at 80 mile an hour on Tuesday morning at 1 a.m. I don't. That's not really where I want to be in my life. But once I get this Jeep, I mean, I'm still going to ride the bike in, obviously, but once I get the Jeep, I think I'm going to run it quite often. The guy says it's got good AC, good heat. It's got an aftermarket radio already, so it should, it's a single din touchscreen radio. I'll see if I like that or not. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. Other than that, it's fucking stock. I think there is a little bit of modification to the center console, but that's about it. Full size spare mounted inside. I might, once I get the Jeep, I got a little bit of extra money left over that I might be able to use towards it. I'm thinking about painting it this weekend. Like, get it and just go ahead and paint it. I got my orbital sander. I can run through and just scuff up the fender and the doors. Pretty good. Turbo can it. But I want to be able to match the original paint, at least kind of close. So it's gray or charcoal or gunmetal, or I'm not sure. But the one gold fender is throwing me off. The two black doors, that's fine. And that's the other thing. Fucking Amazon has already been listening to me and looking at my searches and shit, and they're like, hey, here's some XJ tube doors on Amazon for like $300-400, something like that. I'm like, ooh, nice. That would be actually pretty cool because the doors, they're crank windows. That's going to be one of the downsides to having this older style Jeep is it's not going to have power windows. You have the newer style, do they work or not? But you can at least make them work. And maybe I could, get power window doors, swap it out, or at least the parts. I'm not sure, but crank windows, it'll be fine. It'll be all right. I can deal with some crank windows. It's a Jeep. It's not that far. It's not like reaching to the other side of this fucking semi cab to roll the window down. It'll be just a quick little lean over and crank that down. And it's got wing windows up in the front. Those are going to be nice. But I'm excited for the air conditioning. I'm like, does the AC work? He's like, yeah, it works. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, for real. I'm like, damn, dude. Look at that. Air conditioning? Oh, dude, what is that, a Cadillac? No, it's an 89 Jeep Cherokee. The only car that I had AC in that worked really well, I guess my 2006 GMC Sierra had good AC. Other than that, my Chevy Cruze had good AC until it broke, went out. Used to be able to turn it off, turn it back on, and it would work. And then eventually it just quit working altogether. Even after trying to charge it up and everything, it's still fucked up. So I'm like, God damn. Having AC would be pretty fucking cool. And if I get AC in this Jeep, and that's probably one of my stipulations, gotta have good AC, man. I gotta have some good AC in the Jeep, or at least plan on like taking it to a shop and having them make the AC work. I don't know what all that would entail, but I want AC in my fucking car, man. So that'd be cool. But just watching the Dayzzz guy work on these Jeeps all the time, I'm like, I feel like I'm pretty set. I've got my tutorial guide on anything and everything I want to do to a Jeep. He diagnoses them, fixes them, parts them out. He's 8 hours away. I think he's down in Tennessee. He's got his own scrapyard that he started up, which I can see how that's possible. There's another guy selling 2 junk Jeeps from his backyard for $700. I'm like, One's got a good motor, one's got a good transmission. One's got a good title, one doesn't. $700, come get them. I'm like, interesting. And then I was also watching this other guy. I guess there is some sort of the fueling system on the 89 or the 87. I think is when they started 87 to 90. They had this fueling system. They revamped it in 91, and it performance increased greatly, and I think fuel mileage even. Um, so I'm like, the one Jeep I'm really going after is the only one that would have the older fuel system style on it. Unless this guy's already swapped everything over, I don't know. He says that the motor's been gone through, so pretty confident in the motor as long as it's. I don't know. Did he do it? I don't know. Why is he selling it? He put in the ad. He wants to sell this so he can get a V8 manual car. He's like, I want a V8 manual car, Mustang, Camaro, something like that. So he's like, I don't drive the Jeeps enough. So, all right, sounds good. The Jeep is in good shape, runs what the ad says for $5,000. That's a pretty good price for a Jeep. I think it's got, I don't know, probably 300,000 miles on it, but rust free, except for he said the trunk pan or whatever, the floor in the back uh, has some rust. Huh. I don't know what my wife is talking about. So that's where we're at, guys. We are making some changes. Some things are happening. Uh, I really hope everything goes well tomorrow. Otherwise, this probably won't get posted. But I am going to get a new vehicle no matter what. I'm going to get a new vehicle, whether I'm driving 4 hours away to grab that Jeep. I'm getting a Jeep, is what I'm saying. So I'm either going to drive 4 hours and go get that bone stock, very nice Jeep Cherokee that could not have rust. It's still got all the body panels on it. There's no pictures from underneath. It's from a dealership, so I don't know. But it looks really nice. It's gray and it's the newer style, so it's got like the plastic front bumper on it. It looks nice. It's got the alloy wheels and everything. And there's the other one that's lifted and it's got all the cool parts on it. That's really local to me. I could just walk over there and check it out. But it does look a little rough, and it looks like it's got some rust. And then the other one with all the lights on it, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the guy does have them wired up really good, and it's not a problem at all. Maybe he's some sort of an electrician, and he wired everything up properly to fuses, and it's clean wiring and everything. I don't know. My eyes are on this other one. My eyes are on the other one. It's one I would rather have out of them all. It's already got a lift, and it's stock. Unmolested, it seems like. And it comes with a second Jeep, guys. That's fucking cool. I could build a trail rig and then have a nice rig. And I don't know. I'm super excited. That's the other weird thing. I've never had an SUV. I mean, my wife has had them, but not me. I've never had an SUV. It's always been a truck or a car. So I'm excited to have a SUV. I can, there's hundreds of thousands, millions of videos of people running them, driving them, and working on them. I think it'd be an awesome camp rig to drive out and go camping, and you can just sleep in the back of the Jeep. Maybe. It's still got a good towing, not good, but it still has enough towing capacity that I can get a small trailer for my dirt bike or one of those hitch things. I can just roll my bike up onto and strap it down, and I can bring my dirt bike wherever I go. That would be also pretty fucking cool. That'd be really cool. And then, yeah, I just don't know if I want to build a non-titled Jeep into some sort of rock crawler. Maybe it would need to be trailered everywhere, which would mean I would have to tow it with my other Jeep. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I'd just fix it up and sell it. Not fix it up real well, but just like get it to run and drive. Maybe try to do some sketchy shit with the title so it'll sell for more, and then boom, there you go. Somebody will be happy with it. Because what constitutes a car? You can take a fender off. You can swap out fenders, hoods, seats. Sometimes, beds, axles, engines. You can swap out. What is the car? This title. What is the identifying piece on this vehicle that links it to this title? It's the VIN tag. The VIN tag is the only thing that matches up to it. So, is it illegal to cut out a VIN tag in a title and then to just weld it into this one? I can see how that should be illegal, right? But I'm just replacing everything else. I'm just replacing. I'm taking the VIN tag off and then building a whole nother Jeep with it. Boom, there you go. All those parts. Instead of taking part by part, putting it on some shell or whatever, I'm just taking the dash out, putting it in this one, and then boom. Instead of replacing all the stuff one by one, I just replace that one thing, and then boom. So I don't know. It sounds illegal, but it's also like legal. So I don't know. Like I can cut the roof off of this one and put it on this one. I can cut the door, take the doors off, and cut the fenders out and cut the floor out, and it's like, what the? You want me to do all the work to make it legal, or can I just cut all the bullshit out and just weld in a new tag? Sounds illegal, but how is that illegal? I don't know. And I'm not saying I'm going to do that. I don't own a Jeep at this moment. I don't even know if I'm actually going to buy it. That would be the plan if I could, but I'm not up to anything illegal, y'all. I'm a good boy. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it there, and this episode might go in conjunction with another one. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. So, adios. Keep ball 18 down. We're going to talk to you later. Bye bye.